So when he shows his strength, he's going to make our boldness manifest, because we're going to be in the position of an "I told you so." We're going to be in a position of being hyped because the Lord is coming through, and we're not shocked because we didn't know. We're excited because we were fully aware of this, and our faith is being rewarded. Now, men not believing the Lord to be of a full power, you had an example with Pharaoh. And what did the Lord do? He showed his power, and Egypt was done, right? You had the same thing with many different kings. Nebuchadnezzar, he got proud, and the Lord gave him the mind of an animal. And he became a believer, all right, real quick. Yup. He got it real quick. That's it.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, and verse 17, the GNT. It says, "You show your strength when people doubt that your power is perfect, and you punish anyone who knows your power but dares to ignore it."
Woo. So that goes to, and that's why the Lord sent us out here, because we need to remind these people of who they're dealing with. We need to remind them of the power of the Lord. And it says that when men don't want to believe it, then he's going to show it. So we've come to give the reminder, and they don't want to believe it. So now he's going to show it. Okay. I was on that. So what was the other one that we had?
Revelation. Isaiah 65, I think.
Isaiah 65 is a good one. And Revelation 16, what was the point now? Yeah, let's start with Isaiah 65, then we hit that. Yeah. You got something?
Yeah, quick research. You mentioned something about how the Heavenly Father is the one in control. And he's the one who's basically to make the frequencies at this point, right? This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2, and verse 20. It says, "Daniel answered and said, Blessed be the name of the power forever and ever. And that name is Yahweh Shah. Okay, that name is a secret name that's been given only to the elect. All right, something that the world does not even know. Okay, it says, Wisdom and might are his. All right, and he changes the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and he setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding." So every single king, every single empire, every single dynasty that you've ever seen or heard of in human history was all set up by Yahweh Shah. Okay, like they say, the Bible was the greatest story ever told, right? That's because everything is in the script. Okay, the story, the characters, all these different incidents that's happened in history that's changed the course of human living. It's all orchestrated by the Heavenly Father. Okay, and from the beginning, he orchestrated, or he set it up, that there's going to be three main wars that's going to take place upon the face of the earth. And from after the third one, or within and the end of the third one, is when we're going to see the installment, all right, on the reinstating of the nation of Israel, starting with the elect. Because we're definitely in those times. Just a quick point, yesterday, 2 days ago, they were saying that U.S. is sending about 12 warships out to the Middle East. Okay, so then right away, I was like, oh, wait a minute. So I went online and I started looking up what's going on with the status of the Euphrates River. Because me personally, I've been looking at that, right? I see what's going on. And once it's dry completely, I know, yeah, it's time, let's go, right? So lo and behold, there's an article on the Euphrates River drying up, and this was back in February of this year. Okay, so the scriptures tell you that the Euphrates River is going to be dried up to make the way for the kings of the east, right? So now we're starting to see, as it says, Jeremiah 49 and Jeremiah 50, where it goes into the east of the flood drawing them out. We're seeing all those things happening right now. Okay, so-called Israel, all right, the Amalekites are actually drawing in all these other nations with all these controversies and so on and so on. But the number one nation that's going to be in the mix of all of this is America, Babylon the Great. As she was in World War I, as she was in World War II, and now she's going to be in World War III, and that's going to be the end of it. All right, 3 strikes and 2 route. Okay, you got it, bros.
That's it. Good point. So let's get that, because you just quoted it. Let's get that in Revelation 16. Like I said, it's a beautiful thing to be a prophet. It's a beautiful thing to be a believer, because we're actually talking about having a manual, a book that tells us everything that's happening in the world. Like when you play a video game, you have certain cheat codes. You go online and you're stuck in a mission, so you got to go online and look up how it's done. And then they'll tell you, oh, there's actually a secret room over here. If you go here, you can get extra help. And then you can go over here, and the boss is over here. Skip this guy, fight this guy. Well, guess what? That's what the Bible does for us. So others who have to play this shit, and die over 1 million times, There's some video games that I forgot which one. There was one that came out. It was so difficult, you know. So like games like Nioh or Sekiro, stuff like that. Those what do you call them? There we go. Dark Souls type games, Elden Ring. Man, you freaking break at least 3 consoles playing that shit, you know, because of how many times you keep dying. But when you know how to play it, you know how this enemy moves, how to evade them, then you know you're good. So that's what the Lord has given us with the scriptures. We know how to play the game of life, and everybody else is trying to figure it out. Some ain't even bothering. They just taking shit as it comes, you know, until they can't take it anymore. But we going according to the ways that the Lord has showed us. Okay, duck. All right, jump. Okay, go to your right. Okay, go to your left. When this happens, look over here because it means this. When that happens, look over here because it means that. And the Lord described it, right? He said, just like you look at the trees and you can tell what season it is, scriptures give us an idea of what season we're in. And when we know what season we're in, we know how to prepare. We know what to do. We know now is not the time to now start getting invested in things, but now is the time to be getting invested more so in the scriptures because time is very short. So certain things don't even bother us, right? They'll come out with a C hip or they'll come out with the V, and people are worried about, oh, what am I going to do 10 years from now? Am I not going to have a life? That doesn't bother us because we know, based on the science, the hell you talking about 10 years from now? You know, we got to throw you in solitary confinement for that. Got it.
Revelation chapter 16 and verse 12.
Hello. Bring it up.
And the 6th angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up.
There you go. And the water there. So when you go into it, that's what the brother was going into. That's a sign, right? That's a sign. Because over there in the Euphrates, it's going to tell you why the water over there is dried up. Now, when you actually look through history, the river Euphrates is drying up. That is a prophetic sign, okay? It's drying up more and more and more over time. And as it's drying up, tensions between these different nations in the East and really around the world are rising. And it's showing you that all this is going to coincide in whatever prophecy we're about to read over here.
Right.
So who are the kings of the East? The kings of the East are the heads, the rulers of these different nations. That goes into the Ishmaelites, you know, the Edomites that are over there in the East. And all these other nations over there, the Iranians and all of them, that way is being prepared because that whole region, you're going to have nations that are going to have to come from the other side of the Euphrates. They're going to come through there. Okay, different armies. And this is going to allow them to travel so they can all make their way up to the valley of Yahweh-Shaphat, that the Lord may plead with them there, i.e. he may judge them. So we're literally on the doorstep of a world-changing event. And people still think it's all fun and games. You got freaking Meg Thee Stallion twerking at a Kamala Harris presidential campaign. You got people sitting here talking about some, oh, this is the first chance to have a black woman in here. We gotta you know, vote for her and shit. Shorty got her ass roasted on live TV. Dude gave her straight facts. He said, yo, what do you mean we gotta vote her for what? First off, go look at her track record and the shit that she's done, because you got people today that are so bird brain. They vote based off of they do anything just based off of, you know, the dumbest reasons. No logic, no sound reasoning. You are trying to put somebody in power, somebody that's going to be making decisions that are going to affect your life, and you're not basing your vote on anything they've done or anything they said they're going to do, but the fact that they're a so-called black woman, because apparently, not even apparently, she's not. She just transformed, like Trump said, right? She went from Indian, then she just race hopped to black, you know. So just because of that, she's a woman, and you got these black demons that are setting up these fundraising shits and all that. We gotta get a first female president in. So she's a purebred demon, but you gotta get her in just because she's a female. And guess what happens? Say she comes up in there, she makes your life hell. Then you're gonna turn around and cry. Same thing you did with Biden. I mean, it goes to show you there's no fixing people like that. You don't bother fixing them. You just wipe them out. That's what the Lord is gonna do. That's the fix, really.
I was going to say, look at her marketing campaign, like you were saying, having Meg Thee Stallion go up there and sing a song and twerking. That already shows you the type of energy that she's coming in. that's what how she that really shows you what they think about our people. That you're a bunch of idiots, like the brother said, because they know how to attract you, they know how to pull you in, which is what stupidity. I believe that says that Jeremiah 4:22. For my people are foolish, they're astonished. Right here, there's a woman is just a so-called black woman is up there twerking, and that's what attracts you to Kamala Harris to then vote. Oh, she got my vote because she had Meg Thee Stallion up there. I think she said some other thing where they got on a video saying, "Oh, she was cooking so many greens that she had to put it in the bathtub." I was like, "That's disgusting."
Crazy, yeah.
That's disgusting. You have to put it in the bathtub to clean it. That's nasty.
Dirty.
But just to sound so-called black.
This shit straight comedy, bro. Like straight comedy. You got it, bro.
Hey, like the scripture says in Isaiah, the 1st chapter, right, that the bullhead is sick. You know what I'm saying? That's an issue, man. That's only our people act the way they act. Yep. You look at all these other nations, they make decisions that sound. It makes sense. Mm-hmm. You know, okay, we want this person in president or to be in power because of certain policies that they may have now be beneficial to us, our families, our businesses, whatever the case may be. This bitch, first of all, she hasn't even been voted in to be the Democratic so-called.
No, I think recently they did, just like a day or two ago. Yeah. Like they officially made out the shit.
You see what I'm saying? But you think these so-called white corporate American men are gonna be okay with that shit?
Nah, shit.
How's that gonna affect their businesses? That a so-called Indian who's perpetrated as a so-called black woman is coming around here, having you Meg Thee Stallion the tranny come on stage and fucking do a dance, all this bullshit, talking about what can be averted by what has been. Wearing Timbs, like she wearing Timbs, standing outside taking pictures with Timbs on. 4 years ago, we saw this whole on the phone. We did it, Joe. We did it.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. Everyone forgot about that. But now, 4 years later, she hasn't done anything for Baby Jakes, and she came out and said it straight up, like, "Yo, I want black people." And you got Jakes still just, "Oh yeah, we gotta vote her in, first black woman." Well, let's get a quick research.
Let's get that.
All right, it's a book of Isaiah chapter 31, verse 1. It says, "Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help," right? Because right now they're putting all these things into your face, and very few people actually say, "Yeah, hold on." We've seen this many times. We saw this during the time of Obama. He didn't shoot for us. Okay, so we're not even trying to get out of this. We don't want to deal with this politics and bullshit because it's all the same. Okay, the left wing, right wing is still the same bird brain. Okay, it's still the same damn evil. So whoever the brain is, that's where the real problem is at, and that's what controls where the bird is going to make it. See, you heard about the left or the right. When they set up a civil war, all right, you got people caught in between the left and the right. Meanwhile, we focus on the head. Where's this direction? Because regardless of which part of the game you're on, you're still heading into the same direction which the eagle is going to. So when we looking at that, okay, and we can see that clearly. Whoever's in control of the brain of the bird is not the left or the right. He's the top. Okay, and most of them live here. They live all the way in London somewhere, right? They got some of them in the land of Israel right now as we speak. Okay, so there's a whole lot of stuff going on that concerns Americans here, but the people who are making those decisions are not even in America, man. Yep. So it's not going to affect them regardless. You see? Anyway, it said, "Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord out." Right? So the Lord says his men out here to show you the way, to show you the direction in which you should go. And guess what? Niggas turn around, niggas come up with excuses, niggas doing all kinds of things, everything contrary to what you're supposed to do to better your life. Okay, to be in a better state. Right? Real quick. Isaiah 1, verse 2, it says, "Hear, O heaven, and hearken, earth. For the Lord has spoken, saying, I have begotten and reared up children. They have rebelled against me." Okay, so when you have people like Meg Thee Stallion, people called Meg Thee Stallion, that should tell you what time to tell them on. Okay, and you have bitches like that on stage, what she's doing, all right, and it's bringing in the youth. People out here like, "Oh, because she brought Meg Thee Stallion to work on stage." What happened? What are we doing here? What are we doing? I ain't into politics. I don't even watch none of this shit. But everybody's talking about it. I'm like, what is this? All this rocket's going on. Go find out. This the shit that's going on. You know, and then I seen one of the brothers put in the chat. I think it was you or Tasma put in the chat when they were in the White House, and there's a whole bunch of her and a whole bunch of other bitches, right? Standing there, standing there, putting up the devil horns, and they doing all these weird old dances, man, with a different language or whatever the hell they were saying.
That's crazy.
You know, I'm like, yo, if you were to play this backwards, you know, do the back basket, they'd probably say,
oh yeah, that's stupid.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yep.
You know, but it's all going to captivate the youth. Okay, it says, verse 3: the ox knows his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel does not know me. The people have not regarded Moses. It's like Muslim. I don't know why this is giving me this type of version. Spot. Hey. It says that the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel doth not know. My people have not considered. Sinful nation of people laden with iniquity. And that's all you see in our nation today, man. From top to bottom, from the oldest to the youngest. You got last month or so, this old ass chick called Vivica Fox. I don't know if y'all brothers that story. You know, she out here talking about she want a man and all this extra shit. If you don't go sit your old ass down someplace, nobody want to hear that shit. You in your 60s talking about you want to come out here. There's another one, Gil Kid or Gil Fox, whatever her name is. She out here posting new shit. I'm like, what is this, bro? What is this? You know, the degeneracy is at an all-time high. We got old ass people in their 60s trying to look cute. You got little kids putting on makeup, changing their gender. It's like, what is this, man? What the fuck? You know? But then we're the bad guys. We speak righteousness, and that's equivalent to hate.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You hold people accountable. You question them on what they do and what they say, what they believe in, and now you hate. You hate. You people are about to destroy, man. Completely destroy. And we ain't gonna feel bad. All right? As a matter of fact, when it's happening, in order to intensify. You know? Remember how used to do you know, most I go intensify it, man. You know, and rightfully so. All right, get rid of these people. And as Prophet Ezra said, so let them perish that were born in vain. Okay? Let the multitude perish that were born in vain, man. All right? It says, they with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters, they have forsaken the Lord Yahweh, they have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger, they are gone away back. Okay? Everything is perverse. Everything is adverse to righteousness. That's Jake right there. And there ain't no other nation that does it as much as Jake does. Okay? They promote the most stupidest, the most dumbest things. And it makes you wonder, like, why are you people like this? You know? Why are you people how? Like, what is this? You know? It says, from the soul, verse 5, why should he be stricken anymore? So that we know more, there's no reason for the Lord to keep putting you in captivity and putting all these hell on you. Like, that's weird. Right? Now we okay? It says what? Why should ye be stricken anymore? Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart faint. Okay? So what's the Lord going to do with people like that? What's he going to treat people like this with? Fire. Okay? Cleanse them up. Purge the land. You know what I mean? Destroy the land, and the cancer that's in the land, and the people who are affected by the cancer. That's it. I ain't this remedy, you know, we're going to take you, isolate you for a while, we're going to give you treatments. The treatments is here. The word of the Lord is here, man. And if you ain't healed by this word, then there's nothing for you. All right? We just got to bring that fire. It's going to burn every last one of the things, man. All right? You got to go. We're sick of this Megan Thee Stallion bullshit. We're sick of the Kim Kardashian bullshit. We're sick of the Nicki Minaj bullshit. We're sick of all you damn demons out there, angel cats, whatever the hell you call yourselves, man. We're sick of all you devils, man. And the Most High is going to make it work for all you demons out there. All right? Very soon. Okay? Who came for a celebrity? LeBron, Steph Curry, all you niggas, man. The Lord is going to destroy all things. All right? That's what's coming. Okay? You got it.
That's it. It's about that time. You know.
Isaiah 5:20.
Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter, right? So they call evil good in this generation. We're at a time in world history, we're in uncharted levels of stupidity. You know, we're in never before seen levels of stupidity.
Oh yeah.
They put up TikTok dances and millions of people are going to dance to a satanic incantation right in front of your face, man. And people think this shit is normal. These people are the most drone-minded generation that has ever been established. So what's the end of a generation like that? When you come to when you really analyze this world through the spirit, you see nuclear destruction is the only solution. A fiery cleanse is the only solution. Just like when somebody's sick, yo, I got to do a cleanse. Let me get a juice cleanse. But the Lord gonna give you that lake of fire cleanse, man. Because this place is exceedingly wicked, man. Exceedingly past the point of no return. You know, to the point where you got known industry harlots up there dancing around for a presidential candidate. You know, and them good old Trump boys, they ain't gonna like that. So what's happening? That divide, that civil war, hey man, it's bound to happen. You got right-wing pundits talking about it on a regular basis now. They're openly saying, yeah, if our guy doesn't win, it's gonna be a civil war. You know, but going back to the precept, you know, they call evil good and good evil. That's why they hate what we do, and they glorify wickedness nonstop. So woe unto them, meaning what? Destruction.
Yeah, that's right. No, very good point. Because that stupid TikTok dance, when you look at it, like Haran was saying, they throw up the devil horns and they move their hands and like that. Like anybody that's seen like Marvel, you know, you see like Doctor Strange. Yeah, Doctor Strange. That's what he does when he's making his he's doing that circle shit and he's making his enchantments and shit. That's what they're doing with their hands with devil horns. You know, and nobody ever stops to think, where did this shit come from? You think it's random? Somebody randomly thought of these very unique hand signs and poses and movements, and then they put this song that's so catchy to it. They just jump along with it. Oh, it's a trend, so let me jump on it. And hey, it could very well be, you know, because when you look at it, the way the society is set up, the active, riled up ones are really the Trump supporters, like you mentioned. You know, they're gonna come out from the south, they're gonna come out from all different areas. They're gonna come ready. Okay, they're the ones, they're ready to get down to business. So it would make sense if they wanted to cause that to actually put Kamala Harris as the winner, because they know that doing that is gonna trigger these guys. But the other side, man, the little Antifa and all that bullshit, they put Trump up in there, man. These niggas, they ain't gonna do shit, you know. So the side that's really gonna get riled up, you know, will be that red side, you know. But we at the end of the day, we gotta watch and see. But everybody's gonna know that it'll be some straight bullshit if they put this lady up in there, you know, for whatever reason. However it goes down, Biden dies, they put her in there. She wins the election, whatever the case is, you know, everybody's gonna be pretty. Even other countries, Putin ain't gonna want to fucking talk shit. He ain't gonna want to negotiate nothing. All right, he's gonna laugh at you like, you put a woman in there, you brought me a treat. Was she gonna come negotiate with me? Listen, bro, send a message, man. Send that shit flying. You know, so it's a complete joke, man. That's the representation of America is a complete joke right now. The fact that you got a presidential debate and they're talking about he said, she said, calling each other names. Dude done forgot, you know, his words and shit. The current president forgot what to say. He's lost. And then now this is your next candidate. This is straight comedy, man. Anyway.
Right, speaking of next president, where the hell is he at?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Where you been at? I don't see him.
Disappeared.
Right? But yeah, you got Bella. And look, bro, like you said, he broke you a treat, right? All these she gonna be the commander in chief. And we got World War III right there. People from this home who has no idea what the hell's going on. She gonna be the one to call the shots. This place is finished, bro. It's over. You know? And then the next thing they're gonna be doing, all right, brothers, pay attention to this. It's gonna be this label known as MAGA extremists. That's gonna be the next thing.
I'll let you know.
Right? Those, you a Trump supporter, you a MAGA extremist. That's the new thing they're gonna be doing. Watch. All the people that was at the Trump rally when he got so-called shot, the shit that happened, the fake ass Reuters, little play thing that they did over there, right? That's a typical WWE storyline, right? Build up the good guy, because now he seems like the good guy. He's coming in now for change America. Look, that's been Trump for years. You got King saying the biggest Trump's been right? So it's a perfect play. So now they got people emotionally attached to him. Now, it's gonna shot. They got out. He put his hand up. He said, fight, right? So now the next thing they're gonna do is really assassinate his ass, right? Whether it's real or orchestrated, take his ass out. And that's what they're doing. Just like typical WWE, the guy that's a good guy is taken out by everybody's gonna lose it.
Why ain't nobody here, man?
See what I'm saying? Because he don't think the guy is in this. It's not good for us. And I'm not giving the house for what's the guy, JB Vance, whatever the guy is, right? Which I read, he was working with I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, he has some ties to the CIA. Okay, if you look up where he came from, his background, he's into the intelligence world. So them working together, all of a sudden Trump is a Bitcoin guy. So now you can see certain things coming into play, right? This guy came out of nowhere, JB Vance. What the hell is he? You know what I'm saying? He was in the Senate for a year, and now you become vice president. Like, what's going on here? Right? So we were paying attention to the plots, the scheming. You know what I'm saying? We watched everything. All right, we put two and two together. All right, I see this right here, this is the play. They're gonna go with that. Okay, that's okay. Let's see how they're gonna do that. You see what I'm saying? So just pay attention, man. But there's buzzwords, right? There's a lot of tension in the air, right? And they're gonna play on that. Okay, you got the pandemic. That's about to hit very soon. You got the cyber polygon shit. That's about to hit very soon. Okay, you got famines. They say that because of the beef shortage, right? It's supposedly ones that they have now to go up, increase in price because it's a shortage. All right, so that's also something to look forward to, right? So there's a lot of things building up towards the end of this year into 2025. So we're gonna see if there's even going to be an election. We're gonna see. Remember, we're talking about Jacob Trump this year, Bitcoin, property, spiritually as the year of Jacob Trump, right? All the signs are there. How should I talk about the beginning of Soros? We see those signs. So what's next? Soros itself. Okay, so how it's going to play out? Paying attention to what's going on in Paris, they show you a lot of subliminals, right? The lights, the power went out, all of a sudden, what's going on with that? They had a opening ceremony with a bunch of weirdos out there acting all crazy. The thing to rouse Christians up, talking about the Last Supper, which really, I don't know what they look like that, so it don't really affect us. We don't really care. Leonardo da Vinci's painting of the Last Supper, we don't really care about that, okay? But it's there to fuel the Christians. I don't know when they mocking us. What's going to come out of that? Okay, they got the field goals, the death right on it, right? That's also showing you, hey, these are things that they about to start setting up soon. Okay, so we watching all these things, these rituals that they put in people's faces, all in plain sight. Okay, there was a poster that I saw yesterday that said the London Olympics. It was literally a whole bunch of demons in hell. Okay, and I said, oh shit, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of demonic shit going on out there, man. You know, the Eiffel Tower, all these different things. France, especially, is tied into a whole lot of Freemasonic shit. Okay, that's where I believe the so-called Statue of Liberty was brought from. It was brought from France, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so there's a whole lot of ties into that Masonic, Illuminati, all this extra shit, man. But we're gonna get to that on a different day. But you know, just want to tap into those things as well. That these are all different vibrations going on all at the same time, like never before. So what does that signify? It signifies all hell by the break loose. You know what I mean? And that's what we're preparing people. Hey, get ready. The warning is being sent out there. And ultimately, what's going to be the solution? The MOTV. Okay? And it's coming. They get the military ready. They get the CDC ready. The UDAT is getting ready. Right? 2025 is going to be a big year. We're going to see. Well, Willie is going to be the last of the last. We're going to see. All right? Watch as well as pray. You got it, bro.
Yeah, gone. You know, they still got this whole CERN thing going on. Now, with that whole CERN shit, with the them trying to, you know, open portals and all of that into different dimensions, you know, whatever it is they're doing, I don't expect them to come and openly tell you, hey, we succeeded in opening the portal, or hey, this is going on here. But keep in mind, right, demons, we know that obviously the Lord has demons that roam throughout the earth, but if they continue or they successfully open these portals and let a plethora of these demons up in here, what you'll start to see is people acting more and more crazy. because people will be under the influence of these demons. So you might not see, you know, immediately actual apparitions flying around, but you'll start to see that people are acting crazier and crazier. People are acting more and more demonic. That the actual demonic presence on the earth is going to start to rise more and more and more. Eventually, you'll just get to the point where, as the Lord said, those spirits created for vengeance, you'll just start to see them. Wild animals are going to start being more and more aggressive, like that TV show Zoo, you know? So the Lord is going to start to put that spirit of judgment upon the earth and actually start taking people out. Now, what's interesting as well is I think last year you had those two movies, right? You had Leave the World Behind that came out, and then you had Civil War. I don't remember that last year or earlier this year.
That was April.
This year, right? Now with Leave the World Behind, it's interesting because they had that cyber situation, and then this year you had the whole what do they call them, CrowdStrike thing that shut down all this whole, you know, just like that in the morning. You woke up and then you're gonna use these systems, and apparently it was this small tiny bug. That shit doesn't make sense. Okay, for a production grade company like that to have this mishap, you have automated tests that catch those things. So how does this go through testing, development, production, and get shipped out and nobody caught it? Doesn't make any sense. That's number one. But it's like a test run. And then the second thing is now you had the whole Civil War, and now you having people actually saying, I think there was either a politician or a senator or one individual who said, if Trump doesn't win the election, it's going to take a civil war to save this country. And he said that. Huh?
Pastor.
A pastor said that? Okay. Yeah, I thought it was a politician. Whoever it was, somebody said it. And the point is, that's the mindset that's on the people right now. That, hey, a civil war is coming, you know? And then, ironically, there was a movie that came out earlier today called Civil War, where they had this dude up in office, and they didn't want him up in there, so they went up in there and got him up out of there. All right? So all of these things, i.e. predictive programming, you had the movie Purge election year, okay, that also came out some years ago. So they throw out these concepts out here, and then at times that seem random, they'll have these test runs, you know, happen very similar to these events, okay? And also paying attention to what's going on with the Angry Bird. There are cases that are rising, okay? You're going from single digits to double digits. You're talking about cases in Cambodia, cases in Colorado, cases in China, cases over here. But just like in 2019, people weren't paying attention, you know, and then out of nowhere, it seemed like, oh, there's a lockdown. Cases out, you know, this shit is out of pocket. So things are definitely happening, and it's like the storm clouds are gathering, and they're all culminating up until the time of Jacob's trouble, the beginning of sorrows. But anyway, you got that in Isaiah? Let's get that real quick. Because when all these things come, guess what? Yeah, we all here now, but Lord willing, we ain't going to be the ones going through it. The Lord is going to deliver us out of it because we're doing our job right now. Go ahead.
This is the book of Isaiah 65:1. 65:11. And it reads, but ye are they that forsake the Lord, that forget my holy mountain,
That's talking about them wicked Israelites. Go ahead.
that prepare a table for that troop.
Right, that prepare a table for that troop, which is to prepare that table is to make an offering. And when you actually go into that word troop, it goes into I believe this in the Hebrew might be Gad, but in this sense, there you go. In this sense, it's going into because you have the word Gad, which can be translated as troop, actual troop, or fortune. And in Isaiah 65:11, that troop is actually talking about a deity. Okay, the god of fortune, of fate. Okay, and that's who they were preparing this. I think it was a Babylonian deity, but they were preparing this offering for them. In other words, a false idol. Okay, go ahead.
And that furnish a drink offering unto that number.
And that number, when you go into the word number as well, it's also going into a god of fate or fortune or so on and so forth. Okay, so what they were doing here, like the Lord said, ye are they that have forgotten my holy mountain, but instead you're offering onto these false idols. Okay, go ahead.
Therefore will I number you to the sword.
Yeah, so as a consequence of that, I'm going to number you to the sword being judgment. So I'm going to select this person, that person, this group right here. They're going to die this way. These ones, they're going to die that way. Go ahead.
And ye shall all bow down to the slaughter.
Right. You shall all bow down to the slaughter. So you're gonna be brought, and you're gonna face that death, that the judgment the Lord has set for you. Slaughter. Now you may read this right, and it just sounds like a couple of words on paper, but now take these words, throw it into reality, and get a visual of that. Not from a movie, not from a YouTube video, because sometimes you see those clips on WhatsApp, and it's like pretty gruesome, like judgment being cast out in maybe some Eastern country. And they got these people, on their knees and their hands cupped, and they got like a bag on their head, and they take it off. And some dude come with a big ass machete and shit, and he start cutting. And when he's cutting their freaking neck, it's like somebody trying to chop a tree down. And sometimes the first strike is not enough. So all you see is the skin and all that, pop, 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 pop. Eventually, then they sever the head. That shit is gruesome. It's brutal. That's what being slaughtered looks like. Okay.
I was gonna say, all that I used to work at an old security job, is he had a friend that was sending like a bunch of crazy ass videos. One did have a guy getting decapitated. Slacky, hopefully YouTube could deal with this, but to get descriptive, like the brother was saying, this dude it was like he was cutting meat.
Yeah.
It was like he just grabbed the dude's head, grabbed his head, and he just said, and just took it off and held it like that.
Yeah.
Like he just was like, literally, like, how they show you sometimes, we don't eat pork, but sometimes the commercial, they show you how they slice ham like that, nice and neat and all that, give that nice, good cut.
Right.
That's what he did. It was like,
That's great.
and then took it off. I'm like, yo,
Man, just like that.
what the fuck?
That's crazy.
But yeah,
It's a car, bro. It's a car been doing that shit, bro. They nice with machetes, bro.
Yeah.
They know how to build houses. They know how to chop heads too.
the guy's face wasn't just, it was, you could see the leaking and everything on there. Just the head just decapitated.
It's like that, man. It's like that. And now you got machete fights, right? There's places where you got dudes literally running around. There was a scene, the dude getting into a machete fight, dude lost his whole head, chopped that shit gone. And you see him running around and shit with just this part is gone. He went to pick up his hand and ran, So I can't leave that, But this is like, this is real. That's when you read about the slaughter, this is the actual real life manifestation of it. It's gruesome. It's scary to see. But that's what the Lord has said is going to happen. A lot of you wicked ninjas.
You wait till they bring in NATO and they bring in the UN troops, man, because now they're talking about it. Right? There's a guy from the CDC for saying that now the whole jump shot situation has become a security issue. That's what they're saying. It's a security issue. And NATO has to get involved and the UN has to get involved, meaning UN troops. Okay? All these different places that you're starting to see Singapore, I believe southern and southeastern London. Right now, there's a bunch of crazy shit going on. They just have machetes chasing each other in the streets, right? They lighting up police stations on fire. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy over there. All right? So shit is happening. And it's only boiling. It's going from east all the way to the west. Once it hits Babylon, because here's where imagine this. Going to a different society where you have civilized people and all hell's breaking loose over there. And then you got over here the mental asylum, and then all hell's going to break loose over here. So imagine a whole bunch of mentally deranged people going crazy. Oh my goodness, this is worst case scenario. That's Babylon. And the Lord has definitely managed to cycle all these demons from these different countries, Latin American countries that are part of gangs. They got tattoos over their faces. They worship Satan like they drink blood and all kinds of shit. And they think them niggas find a way to get. In their country, they were in jail. They were in prison. Like, these niggas is too dangerous to be in society. And they let them all in here by the thousands. Oh, it's about to meat all day. That's a slaughter, like you were saying. So you couple that with the fear, and of course the military coming in to instill order, but then really it's a mask to come at you people. Oh man, it's gonna be all hell breaking loose. Right? But I want to go back to that precept you brought out in Isaiah 65 and 11, in the NLT, real quick, all right, to bring up the point that you made. Right? It says, Isaiah 65 and 11, it says, in the KJV, it says, but ye are they that forsake the Lord Yahweh, that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that truth, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number. Right? In the NLT, it says, but because the rest of you have forsaken the Lord Yahweh and have forgotten his temple, as we read in Isaiah, the first chapter, right? It says, and because you have prepared feasts to honor the God of fate or fortune. And I believe that day, the God of fortune is Benny. I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken,
many, yeah.
Yeah. It says, and have offered mixed wine to the god of destiny. Okay, so that's what these celebrities, so-called celebrities, do. It's a thing, right? If you want to be even today's society, you don't got to be a celebrity. But if you want to be some form of, you want to have some form of, influence, or be on a level of being, got money and shit like that. Guess what? You got to sell out. That's what it means to sell out. You're giving a sacrifice to these devils. Okay, they tell you, okay, listen, you do your thing. You got some money, you got some influence. They're gonna come in and say, hey, listen, we got this deal. You know what I'm saying? You take it, you got sponsors that won't work with you. You gotta work on nothing else. You got a makeup artist, you got stylists, you got this, you got that. Next thing you know, your business changed. I remember we used to watch these guys, the Hustlers. Like over a decade ago, we used to watch the niggas. It was funny as hell. Now all of a sudden they become all in, like it's like this new age way of trying to assimilate. It's like that's what happens when you start to get to a certain level in this society. You gotta do certain things. You know what I'm saying, in order to actually continue whatever you're doing. If not, you're not gonna get there. So that's what a lot of people do. You're making a sacrifice to God of fortune. Okay, for what? For money. You know what I'm saying? You're selling out for money. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is calling you out for that. So there's judgment coming for you niggas too, like they say. All right, you got it, bro.
That's right. That's right. Keep going on that.
Isaiah 65:12. Therefore will I number you to the sword,
Mhm.
and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter.
Mhm.
Because when I called, ye did not answer.
Mhm.
When I spake,
And how did the Lord call? By way of his prophets. All right. Lord didn't pick up a landline and call me myself. That's not what the Lord did. He sent his prophets out to come and give you the message. Okay. And that's why the Lord keeps us out here for so long, because then, it's like when somebody keeps on ringing your phone over and over and over and over and over again, and then you hang it up and then they call you again. That's what the Lord is doing by having us out here. Go ahead.
when I spake, ye did not hear,
Mhm.
but did evil before mine eyes.
So what does that look like? When I speak, you did not hear. Looks like every time we come out here, you see people just walk on by, walk on by, walk on by. Guess what? The Lord is speaking through us, but people are not hearing it. They're walking by, and when I say hearing it, they can hear us talking, but they're not stopping to listen to take heed. So the Lord is telling you that because he spake via his prophets, because this isn't new. They did the same thing back then, and you did not hear. Go ahead.
But did evil before mine eyes.
But instead, you continue to do evil before his eyes, because the Lord sees everything. So whilst his prophets are here, you ignore them and walk past them, and then you go on to continue doing your wicked things that you do in your daily life. So because of that, go on.
And did choose that wherein I delighted not.
Yeah, they chose to do the things that the Lord did not delight in. Because when it comes to the things the Lord delights in, they don't give a damn about that. But when they want something, they want the Lord to give a damn about it. Go on.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry.
Yeah, so the servants are the ones that do the will of the master. So the Lord says, now as a result, my servants are going to eat, but you're going to be hungry. Now, right now, we all eat, right? So how then do you have a situation where some are eating and some are not? There has to be some form of a shortage of food. Okay, some form of food not being accessible to everybody. And yet the Lord makes it accessible to some, and for the rest, he leaves them to starve. So those are you that the Lord is talking about here, because guess what? Like I said before, this happened in the past, and it's going to happen again. Somebody got to be of that description right there. That's talking about somebody. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to go hungry, and I ain't trying to be me. So somebody gonna be hungry today, right? And somebody else is gonna eat. Go ahead.
Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty.
We call dibs on the servant's part. The rest of you don't even give a damn. So you're gonna be thirsty, and thirst is not a joke, man. When you I remember when I used to run track, man, and we'd be running freaking 400s and 800s. Why the hell you got a sprinter running 800s, bro? That coach was, man. Anyway, he got us on there. You know what I'm saying? You run a 400 meter, and then you go on the football field, and then you do them. I think it's called suicide or something like that. You know, you run here, then you come back, then you run to 80, then you come back, then to 70, then you come. God damn, bro, what do we do to you? I wasn't even in the track meet. You got me make me do this shit. Anyway, I remember every time I'm running this shit, because when you first start, your body is not adjusted to it. You got to get conditioned. But you'll be running, man, and you are so tired, your heart starts hurting, you know, and you got no moisture in your mouth. You know, you can't even form saliva in your mouth. You're so tired. Your throat is dry. You need some water. And even then, when you start drinking water, it doesn't feel like you're drinking water because that's how tired and dehydrated you are. So to be thirsty, it's not a joke. But the thing about it is, okay, you know that once you finish this lap, you can go get some water. So it'll keep you going.
Oh, hell no, they ain't done it, bro.
Oh, shit.
You had to do that what you was talking about, the suicides, 100 field, go and come back. 90, go and come back. 80, go and back. You have to do that without water. Nah, it ain't
No, I mean after you finish the whole workout. After you finish it's definitely not in between. Nah, hell no. You try that shit, you can do that shit.
Like, yo, where the fuck you going? Nah, come back over here.
So we ain't doing that shit again. So even then, when you drink water, you're like, damn, man, this shit. Guess what? The Lord says you're gonna be thirsty, and when the Lord hits you with the workout, you don't get water breaks. The point is, you're supposed to be thirsty. So you're gonna come crying and say, "Oh Lord, I'm thirsty." He said, "Nigga, that's the point." You know, when you weren't thirsty, you should have been doing my work. But what were you doing? You were doing wickedness. You were thirsting after married women. So now it's time for you to feel the real thirst. And now what's worse is you're here in the hot ass summer. It's hot as shit. You're losing your mind, and you ain't got no water. You know, people get so thirsty that they end up drinking urine, or they would drink, dirty, muddy water, so long as it's water.
Yeah, sure that fall.
It fall out. I haven't seen that.
Drank radiated water.
Oh, look at that. Because of how thirsty she was. The Lord said, I ain't even gonna give you that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna give you urine. I'm not even gonna give you radiated water. You just gonna be thirsty, nigga. While we drinking. And that's the worst part on top of that. You thirsty while you seeing somebody drinking an ice cold beverage. SpongeBob? Yeah.
That's why Screw was looking at it.
Nigga, screw, man. That's when he turned to a villain.
Yeah, that's what happened with SpongeBob. Remember?
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. Yeah. Yeah, grew a beard and shit, lips all patched. Yeah, he was going through it. But that's gonna be you. For all of you out there, go and watch that SpongeBob episode with the clamshell, where they get lost, from the plane in the woods and shit. And SpongeBob and Patrick got all this food, and Squidward out there because he didn't believe in the clamshell. When the food came, he wanted some, and the clam said no, you can't have it. Meanwhile, this nigga SpongeBob and Patrick having a field day. This guy sliding across the table, just mowing down them sausages, hamburger, everything. Drink on top of drink.
I got a quick reset.
Yo, what the
Going back to the point you were making about how these people not listening, even though the warning is going out, and that's why the judgment is coming. And not having so on and so forth is all part of the judgment. Those who don't take heed to the warnings of Yahweh should get no shot. Okay? It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 7, verse 23. Start off at verse 23. It says, "But this thing commanded I them," and who's in them? The children of Israel. All right, so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, because the command is coming through the prophets from Yahweh Shah. Okay, whether you believe it or not, all right, the true prophets of the Lord are here on the earth right now. Okay, and you're not going to see them in the churches, you're going to see it in the highways and byways and on the YouTube videos. All right, starting with my elders and apostles of faith, what's going on down. That's the true company of prophets, man. All right, if you're in any other camp, bro, you're not part of the true company of prophets. All right, like people. All right, you can get your feelings, emotions, but that's the fact. And very soon, the Lord's going to reveal that. That's right in Ezekiel 33 and 33, right? Lo, it shall come, and when all these things come to pass, then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them. Based on the things that we're saying, that's all going to come to pass. All right? It says, but this thing commanded I them, saying, obey my voice, and I'll be your power, and ye shall be my people, and walk ye in all the ways that I have commanded you, that it may be well unto you. But they hearkened not, nor inclined their ear, but walked in the counsels and in the imagination of their evil heart, meaning their own minds. Okay? And that's something that's promoted here in America. Do what thou wilt, live how you feel. Not really based on reality, but based on how you feel about reality. That shit is crazy. I'm saying? That shit is toxic as hell.
Hmm.
You got women who say certain things because of how they feel. You make decisions based on how you feel, not based on logical, reasons, but it's how you feel. What is this? You know, animals don't even do that. You know, you study a dog, motherfucker thinks shit. He thinks, all right, if I do this, it's gonna happen to me. People don't do that. You know, it says, and the reason is because people have forgotten, all right, what consequences really means, right? When you do something or you say something, it comes with consequences. But America makes you think that you can live life and do whatever you want without consequences. And that's the heavily that spirit of strong delusion on a lot of people, right? To think that there is no such thing as consequences. You know, I can say whatever I want on the internet. I can go on a comment board with the Lord and curse him out and say all kinds of crazy shit, and it's all good. What? In the Asian world, you get your head chopped off. Okay? In the Asian world, you get stoned to death. You get beat down. Okay? For disrespect. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. It's good. Don't worry. It says, verse 24, but they hearkened not, nor inclined their ear, but walked in the counsels and in the imagination of their evil heart, and went backward and not forward. You see what I'm saying? That's what most people. You walking backward, bro? Like, who does that? It's like, the fuck? You gotta be mentally destroyed to do some shit like that. It says, since the day that their fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt, unto this day I have even sent unto you all my servants the prophets, daily rising up early and sending them. Yet they hearkened not unto me, nor inclined their ear, but hardened their neck. They did worse than their fathers, and that's a fact. Okay, this generation today has done worse than the previous generations all the way back 2,000 plus years ago. Okay, all of the debauchery that was happening even in the time of Yahushua, even in the time of Moses, but all these things that Jacob was doing, this generation is the worst. It's the worst generation that's ever been on this planet. And that's why it's going to bring that judgment at this time. Okay, the judgment didn't come 2,000 plus years ago. It's coming 2,000 years later. Because this is the worst it's ever been. All right? The worst condition the earth has ever been in. Okay? Continue what it says. Therefore, verse 27, therefore, thou shalt speak all these words unto them, but they will not hearken to thee. Thou shalt also call unto them, but they will not answer thee. Only ones who are going to answer are the elect. Okay, everybody else, they're going to be judged. These Israelites, they're going to be Israelites. Everybody got something to say about this. Why? It's because the Lord said, you're not going to listen, or you're not going to answer this man. And that means in turn, you're not answering the Father. All right? And that's where the judgment is going to come in. You know what I'm saying? Who the hell are you? That the Most High is going to give a call and you're not going to respond. Who the hell are you? Okay, look what happened to Boston. Because you just the people, like regular people. All right? You know what I'm saying? What happened? Like, you got to listen to this chick because she won't be all the other people think it's okay. So that's exactly what the Lord's going to do. I set my bed out there. I made a call that you niggas disregarded. So now, I'm calling you niggas to make an example for the rest of you folks. Next time when this shit happens again, when I call, you go answer. All right? So continue when it says, all right, so the Most High, the nice guy, Most High is going to be out of the way very soon, man. He's not going to be, long suffering, I'm going to move back. Nah. The order to move back, at some point, it gets released. You see what I'm saying? It's like a dam that's about to crack. You know what I'm saying? You see the water coming in little by little. Once it finally cracks, it's like it wipes everything out. Everything out completely. Okay? It says, but thou shalt, verse 28, Jeremiah 7, verse 28, but thou shalt say unto them, this is a nation that obeyeth not the voice of the Lord Yahweh their power, nor receiveth correction. Right? That's why they say what we say is hate. All right? That's exactly what they do. The Jays ain't doing that. They just deem everything that we say, oh, that's acceptable. But our people, that we tell them the right way to live, they're the ones turning around and say, oh, you guys are preaching, you guys are saying this, or this ain't what the Bible says. Meanwhile, you've never picked up a Bible in your life. But all of a sudden, you got all the answers. Niggas, man. Fucking niggas, bro. It says, truth is perished and is cut off from their mouth. Okay? So everything they say is lies. All right, we're the ones who got the truth. That's why we live in the truth. We walk by the truth. Okay? Everything we do is all by the truth, man. Okay? And that's why we're hated in this society. But they flip. See, they make it seem like we speak in hate, but yet they're the ones who are showing us hate. You know, all we're doing is the labor of love. Hey, you do it this way, you're going to be right. This way, judgment's coming. Oh, no, you guys are preaching hate. Who's a dumbass people? Huh? Make $10,000 says here. Just keep moving, you know, and let the destruction come. Okay, like Lot and his family, the destruction is coming. We had the warning, but after a while, we will feed because we know, hey, shit, this about to get this place. I don't want to be around this. Right? Let them sit there and drink and eat. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be out there. The Lord's gonna take care of us. We think it's about to get destroyed. All right, and that's just what it is. Okay, you got it, bro.
That's right. That's right. And since you mentioned that, don't get that real quick in Romans 8. Because at the end of the day, guess what? All this, that's why the Apostle Paul made this statement that we're about to read. All this, you know, is not going to compare to the glory that's going to be revealed. Because everybody's going to see at that point, right? They're going to see these are the men of the Most High, right? These are the believers. Ezekiel 33 and 33. You're going to have the effect on this side, but it's going to be magnified that much more on the other side, you know. So you're going to have the Lord delivering His elect, right, out of situations, feeding them, you know, taking care of them. But all that is going to be overshadowed by when the Lord actually comes down, beams up His elect, changes them, comes down, and has the world recognize them as the, you know, the governing body of all existence. Like, that's the thing right there. We're not talking about one city, one country, one planet. We're talking about all of existence. You know, rock it up. Meaning, when you get to the elect, when you want to go higher than that, now you're treading into the territories of the Creator and the Son. Okay, but aside from that, there's not going to be those higher than the elect. That's the highest honor, the highest position you can get. That's why the Apostle Paul said that glory is not going to be the sufferings we're going through now can't compare to that. And for all eternity, people are still going to be mesmerized by the fact that, damn, yo, wow, this whole time, like this is such and such. Oh shit. Got it, bro.
Romans chapter 8, verse 18. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
Right. So the sufferings of this present time, the things that they went through then, and the things that we go through now, are not worthy. It's incomparable. You can't even. It's not even. It doesn't qualify. Like, you gotta, boxers. You know, you gotta be within a certain weight class to even be considered for whatever match it is. The sufferings we're going through now don't even qualify to be compared to the glory that the Lord is gonna reveal in us. Okay, because we're gonna ascend past, and that's what the scriptures say. Can we get that real quick? And let's get that. Let's get First Corinthians. Is that First Corinthians 15? And then let's get Psalms 82 and 6, because the scriptures say that the Lord is gonna change us, and the Apostle John said that, right? That we don't know what we're gonna be like, but we know that when we see the Son of Man come back, we're gonna be like Him. So yeah, we're gonna be gods, because the Yahweh Shai is gonna come back as a god. He's a power, he's a god right now, but he's gonna come back on the earth as a god, okay, in human form. And since we're gonna be like Him, we're also gonna be changed. That's the whole point of being changed, as the scriptures say. The Lord is gonna change our forms from this mortal flesh into godlike, a godlike status. What higher glory can you get than that? Okay. What other humans do you know have been changed from man to God? Well, yeah, you got it.
Psalms 82 and 6. I have said ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High.
And that all of you are referring on to the children of Israel. Okay, so we are gods, as it is written in the book of Psalms. Yahweh Shai himself referenced it when he came on the scene. So the Lord made us gods, so we would be in His image, of course. But right now we're gods in exile. We're like Hercules when you have the power. But the Lord is bringing us back by way of the truth, which is that light. Okay.
So if I can make a quick point,
Yeah.
when you read certain scholars, they'll say Psalm 82 is only talking about the judges. They try to downplay the importance of the Israelites, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when the Lord, which you just referenced, John 10 and 34, Yahweh Shai answered them, is it not written in your law, I said, ye are gods? If He called them gods unto whom the word of God came, and the scripture cannot be broken, so He's saying that the word of God came to, who did the word of God come to? All of Israel. So it ain't just talking about the judges, it's talking about the Israelites as a whole. We are gods. We're just in the lowest state right now. We are angels in these bodies of death. But the Lord is going to once again bring us back into that first estate, that glorious estate. Yeah, that was
Huh?
I know what you said too. Isaiah 64 and 4. For since the beginning of the world, men have not heard, nor perceived by the ear, neither hath the eye seen, O God, beside thee, what he hath prepared for him that waited for him.
So it's literally that magnificent that nobody can even imagine what it is the Lord has prepared for us. Because when the scriptures get practical, they get real practical. This is the most practical book there is in existence. So we're talking about, you may mock spiritual power, you may mock these prophecies, but when they get practical, you're gonna see. Just like when you watch a certain show or a movie, and then you get to the part where, like, I was watching Supercell. You should have watched it. I was watching Supercell, and it starts off a little slow, but when you actually get to the part where they really get into it, they start discovering their powers. You get hyped because they start playing that music. They throw this guy a taser. They throw his ass on the scene. They start playing that music. You know what I'm saying? They throw Michael on the scene. They start playing the music. Hey, and then their eyes they get into it. You get into it. So that's just from a visual, from watching effects from a movie. How much more for in reality? It's gonna be on a whole nother scale, right? Here it is, some shit about to go down, and the brother just like throws a whole truck in one hand. He just like the spirit just jumps on you, just grab that shit and just throw it, at maybe I don't know, a helicopter or some shit. At that point in time, man, that's when the practicality of the scriptures come to life. That's when people start to realize, oh shit, like they get a different perspective of the Bible now. Yeah, this whole thing. So this whole time, what they were talking about, like, yo, this is what y'all were talking about. This is crazy. Did you just see that? Yes, sir? Okay. So when that actually happens, that's when people are gonna want to take this word seriously. Well, guess what? We are taking it seriously without seeing those things happen. You understand? Oh, you had something. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, exactly what you're saying is a spirit, because I had a precept to back up Brother Ishar. And it's a spirit because now you're starting to see, like you said, the practicality of the scriptures. See, we look at it from the perspective of this is what it is. Some people look at it, the non-believers look at it as what if, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, it's like, well, but, they can't see it as vivid as we see it. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures talk about the whole thing about spiritual power. We're going to mount up with wings as eagles and so on and so forth, right? We're going to run and not be weary. We see it exactly what it said. We see it, we get a vision, we know it's going to happen. But people are like, oh, yeah, you guys going, why you got spiritual power? That's only the movies. What do you think the movies get that? Huh? What do you think the movies get that? Do you know the ancient history of the Israelites? Go back and read about the 37 mighty men of David. I read about their attributes, read about the things that they were doing. No mortal man now, without technological enhancements, can do what they were doing naturally. Okay? So that was back then. The Lord said he's going to put us on a whole other level.
Samson?
Okay? A whole other level, man. This was spiritual power on the earth. Okay?
And real quick, the thing about it is that the Lord has done it already before. Like Samson had actual super strength, and that's a real man that lived on the earth before. So when you try to say it like that, like Isaiah is not talking about actually flying and running without getting tired, then how do you explain Samson? How do you explain the Elijah and Elisha, right? Bringing people back from the dead, calling down fire from heaven. This was actual spiritual power, miracles that men did on the earth. Men that were born just like us, like babies and stuff, who are doing the same thing we're doing. So the concept of spiritual power is not foreign because we have examples in the Bible of these things actually happening. You got it.
Hey, look at what happened with during the time of the Greeks with Judas Maccabeus.
Oh,
and his brothers.
yep.
You know what I'm saying? Yup, think about that, man. But let's get this real quick. This book of 1 Corinthians chapter 2, starting at verse 6, it says, actually start at verse 5, it says that your faith should not stand in the wisdom of men, but in the power of the Most High.
Oh yeah.
Right? Because our faith is not based on what people say or how the world is going. It's based on what's written in the scriptures. We believe that straight. That's just what it is. Okay? Like it tells you in the book of I forget exactly what book it is, but it says that faith was created
with the righteous in the womb.
with the righteous in the womb.
I think it's in the probably Wisdom of Solomon. So
Wisdom of Solomon. Yup. And then I believe in Jeremiah, the first chapter, it talks about that before Jeremiah was born, the Lord gave him and ordained him to be the prophet unto the nations. Right? So before we were born, we already had the spirit of faith. Right? The spirit of prophecy was already on us before we were even born. So it was already predestined for us to be prophets. That's just what it is. Okay? So continue in verse 6, it says, howbeit we speak wisdom among them that are perfect, yet not the wisdom of this world, nor of the princes of this world that come to naught. Right? So the wisdom of this world is going into the people investing in the new technological age, and Elon Musk is coming with his technology that can save people's lives, and you can be paralyzed. Now you're going to be able to walk again with technology in your brain. That's the shit that's going to come to naught. We're talking about the spiritual power that was shown off by Yahushua back then. We're talking about the spiritual power that was shown off that he even gave to his apostles or disciples back then with him, and later on became apostles that they have. Raising people from the dead, healing the sick, and so on and so forth. All right? This work is an active spiritual power. Okay?
That's right.
It's a spiritual thing, and it's being done by men with power. So it's a spiritual power act. You see? But soon it's going to be, the Lord's going to turn and shift the spiritual attention from fishers to hunters. You see? That's a different type of spiritual power that we'll see soon. Just like how you see us in the streets, when you see us and you don't regard us, soon it's going to be flipped where everything you're going to see, you're going to regard as Psalms 123. Okay? So continue. Verse 7 it says, but we speak the wisdom of the Most High in a mystery. Right? A mystery simply means something that is hidden. Okay? Why is it hidden? Because it's only given to a select few known as the elect. They're the ones who are going to unlock that mystery. Okay? Everybody else, it sounds like foreign language. But for the elect, it makes perfect sense. You see what I'm saying? We don't struggle with the book of Isaiah or Ezekiel or whatever book of Revelation. Or what is the MOTV? And they get stuff. It's sin and all. It's various ways. Whatever religious. We don't give you none of that shit. We go to the words, break it down. Yep, this is what it means. Give you a couple of reasons to match it up. And we'll tell you, yo, secularly, this is what they created to fit this prophecy right here. Okay, it's a mark on the right now. As we speak, already happened. Okay, and it's literally what the scripture says. To the point where people who are not even the truth are saying that this meaning what is written. You know what I'm saying? They don't. You see what I'm saying? So how come you niggas can't see that? There's a problem. Okay, that shows that you're not of the elect. It says even the hidden wisdom which the Most High ordained before the world unto our glory, which none of the princes of this world knew. Okay, so all these people in high places, they don't have the mystery, that small little sanctuary that the Lord has given, the mystery that has given to a small little sanctuary that He has, known as the elect. Okay, it says, for had they known it, they would not have crucified the Lord of glory. Okay, because they would have known the importance of Yahushua being on this earth 2,000 plus years ago. They would have known that yes, He is the true essence of the Son of the Most High. He is the King of Kings. You don't fuck around with the King of Kings. You know what I'm saying? But we know that. We understand. You see what they know, because it wasn't given them for them to know. They were blinded. So that way He would come in and, like He said, I shall not meet thee as a man. Okay? I shall not meet thee as a man, meaning I'm not going to reason like a man. A man, you could talk about something. He might have fucked you up. You just apologize. You bad. I'm gonna let it go. He's coming in as a angelic, powerful being, force to be reckoned with, right? One with technology that you devils have already confirmed that his technology, even the angels' technology, is 100 to 1,000 years more advanced than whatever you niggas have right now. That's the power that you're going to face up against. Yeah, that's why the scripture says within 1 hour this whole place is done away. All right. It says.
Oh, and real quick, what's interesting is majority of that is the Lord using the Earth's technology to destroy itself, and that's going to take an hour, because yeah, you're going to have the lasers from the chariots, but if the Lord decided to use just straight spiritual technology, it wouldn't even last an hour.
There'll be no funds in cat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So continue verse 9. Here's the key. It says, but it is written, as the brother brought out Isaiah 64.
Yep.
It says, it says, but as it is written, I have not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man, meaning the mind of man, right? The things which the Most High have prepared for them that love Him. That's why we're the only ones that have the fascination for the kingdom, right? We're the only ones on earth always constantly going to the spirit of the kingdom. In the kingdom, we're going to do this. The kingdom, we're going to have this. The kingdom. You know what I'm saying? The rest of the world, they look at us, what the hell are you guys talking? The kingdom, the kingdom. No, we sacrifice everything we have here on this side for the kingdom.
Right.
Because it's everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's everything. It's literally everything, bro. Everlasting life, power over the nations, like righteousness upon the face of the earth, right? No more worries, no more curses. right? Being one with the Lord, never dying, never going on. Like, you know how peaceful that is, right? Being a righteous person, living in a righteous society. You know how perfect that is, man? You know? Unlike this place, being a righteous person living in a wicked society, there's always hell that you gotta catch. Hence, what Lot was going through.
Right.
I vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked constantly, every single day, because wickedness, wickedness has become the norm of this place. So now, no matter where you go, no matter where you turn, you can't even have children in this society. Why? Because they're gonna be filled with devotion in this society.
Right.
You know, if you have a kid and they go to school, you're stressed out, thinking about it, they come home, question them, what did you learn today? Because you want to hear what they're gonna say. What did they teach you today? Then you gonna take your ass to school and be like, hey, what the fuck y'all teaching my kids now? What is this book that y'all telling them to read? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Okay. Out there in California, they signing bills, making it to law that nobody can tell a parent if a child is going to do that transition motion. You see, what kind of world are we living in? What's going on here? But yeah, we're the bad guys who say the Lord is going to destroy this place, or you're going to sit here, you're going to wait for that destruction, it's going to get you. Don't worry. It says, continue, verse 10. But the Most High hath revealed them unto us by His Spirit, for the Spirit searcheth all things, yea, the deep things of the Most High. Okay? And that means you can't get to those points if you're carnal. All right? You got to be spiritual in order to understand those deep things of the Heavenly Father. Sometimes these deep things are mad, simple, like the simplicity of shot. A lot of these things that people look at, oh my God, you saying this and this, how come they do this and how come? It's bad basic. For us, it's like, just like that, because we see it. You know what I'm saying? It's within it. We see it. We see it. We see it. For everybody else, it's like they don't see it. So to them, it's like, what you guys talking about? It's like telling somebody who's blind that there's a bird on top of the roof. He's like, what is a bird and what does he look like? That's where you got to start with him. You say bird, he's like, what is a bird? You know, there's levels. You know, and like, yeah, there's a bird right there. Like, you can put this kind of bird, this kind of bird. You're like, what is a bird? You know what I'm saying? He's lost. What building? You know, and that's the difference between the elect and the rest of these reptiles, man. They're gonna get cooked. All right, you got it, bro.
That's it. Where we at? Bring it out.
Isaiah 40:28. Hast thou not known? Hast thou not heard that the everlasting God, Yahweh,
You hear that? You hear that? We gotta take a moment of silence and acknowledge that. The everlasting God, Yahweh. There's no other God than our God, you know, and we got the right to be able to call him our God. Yeah, we could be selfish about that. He's our God, you know, end the story. And the world is going to see that real soon. But it's a beautiful thing. You know, sometimes you just got to think about it, you know, how much of a beautiful thing it is to have an actual connection to the creator of everything. That's the highest privilege that you can reach. People think today that they got connects. I got, you know, I mean, I could reach, you know, this senator. My boy is, you know, he's a Drake's bodyguard. He might give a damn about that. We're talking about the creator. Look at Drake can't even sing right. So who the hell cares about him? We're talking about the one who made heaven and earth, and we have an actual connection to him. As in, we can get it. We're in some shit. We can actually, literally, just make a request with words or with thoughts, and the Lord actually changes or manifests things into reality on our behalf. If that's not a superpower, then I don't know what is.
Joshua, we asked the Lord to pretty much stop.
Oh, to stop it. So he stopped time. Oh, Hezekiah basically gave him 15 more years on top of his life. Like the Lord, the Heavenly Father, manifests things into reality on behalf of his elect. And all we got to do is ask. Elijah, fire down from heaven.
Say, if I be a man of God, let fire come down, man.
Burn their asses. So that's power, man. Don't underestimate prayer.
Hezekiah and Isaiah, the angel of death. The angel of death.
Yep. With Sennacherib and steal all of them. Yep. Oh, like the brother Aaron mentioned with Judas Maccabees. The Lord actually sent angels down in battle array. You had angels on horses throwing lightning bolts and shit at people. And I think they said there was one on Judas's right side, on his left side, and behind him, protecting him and guarding him while he was in war. Imagine that. That's crazy, man.
That happened back then. What did we have waiting for us? And this, the Lord said, this, he's about to show out on all levels, because this is the final hurrah of wickedness. So we have some very exciting things to look forward to.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Another one is it might be hard for you to tell, but when the Spirit reveals it unto you. Psalm 18, pretty much David's talking about giant. It talks about darkness was under his feet. Think about it. It's not the Heavenly Father actually pulling out. He's standing there as a giant. No, but he sent the chariot. It's what? If darkness is underneath sun, that means that what? It's at an elevated position, which means that there's something in the sky. Yeah. So it tells you that what? That's a chariot. Because it says, yeah, he did fly upon the wings of the wind. So that was a chariot.
We're getting ready to see some real beautiful things, man. And like you said, now the real blockbuster movie is gonna be when the elect come down, Revelation 21, when John saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down. Because when they come down, that's when you're gonna have the resuming of the war, you know. Because the Yahushua is gonna come, he's gonna do his thing. When the elect come down, that's the takeover. You know, that's where you see them Avengers movies, and this guy Thor pulls up, Hulk pulls up, this guy pulls up, and everybody's ready. Well, imagine the elect just flying out of ships, you know. However the Lord does it, maybe he breaks it out. Hey, this group, you go over here, you go over here, you go over here. You got this man is over this group, this man is over, y'all go over here and you know what you got to do. We don't even got to communicate. We just think, to each other. With spiritual power, what you going to come with? Tanks, troops, fighter jets? We're going to want you to do that because then we're going to get to really test out them new bodies. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, you flying, you see a brother flying right next to your jet. Hello.
Crazy to say that because like maybe 2 nights ago I had a dream of flying.
Oh wow!
Like I felt like rocket boots, invisible rocket boots on my feet. And the more I believe, like it would be hard sometimes, but then I would believe more, and then would just be flying, bursting through glass and windows. It's crazy, bro. Lord's will, That's what the scripture's about to say too. Isaiah 40 and 28. It says, I'll read it from the top. Hast thou not known? Hast thou not heard that the everlasting God, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, the creator of the ends of the earth, fainteth not, neither is weary?
So there's no such thing as a overload. Like you go to a website, you put in too many requests, then the shit overloads and crashes. There's no such thing. You could pray to the Lord over and over and over and over and over again. He doesn't get tired. He doesn't get faint. There's nothing too much for him. All he says is just ask me.
Happens. You have 24 angels, they bow down to him.
Continuously.
He's not like, enough.
Right. Hey, on my back. Oh, shit. I'm going to need a couple days off for it. That doesn't work that way because they're not built like us. They're built different. Well, guess what? We're going to be built different too. Okay? Right?
There is no searching of his understanding.
There is no. There is not. Let me rephrase that for you. It didn't say there's no finding of it. It said there's no searching. You can't even search out his understanding. You can only get what he has given us, the little tiny bit that he has given us. You think you're deep now because we understand that this book, just understanding the beginning to the end of this book, we think that that's deep. Man, the Most High is like, yo, this ain't even a half of it. This ain't even a quarter of it. This is just events and little nuggets here and there. Even in the book of Revelation, he told the Apostle John certain things not to write. So we ain't even gotten a quarter or a tiny grain of salt of the Lord's understanding.
Job 28 there's no place to search for. You can't mine it. You can't dig it. It ain't like, oh, this is a quarry and we got faith here. Wisdom.
Right.
Come get some. No, it ain't like that. It has to be given as a gift. And that's what makes it even more precious. If something is attainable, like certain gifts, like talented people, people will say, well, he has God-given talent, like LeBron James. There's no amount of searching that there's no amount of training you could do to have certain gifts. Like these people in the Olympics will be doing marvelous things. It was just a gift that the Lord gave them. And that's just worldly shit. Now imagine the Lord gave us gifts of prophecy and gifts of calling on his name and gifts of faith and wisdom. So what's that going to culminate in? Right. That's going to lead to certain powers and things happening to where it'll be nothing for you to cast fire from heaven. It'll be nothing to, all of a sudden you see all the water here and all this vegetation, you make it so that somebody could drink it. Right. These type of things, man. They already have machines. They have regular machines that can take water from the air. So if a machine can do that, how much more for the Lord's people?
Exactly. So I know you had something. Yeah, you want to try to wrap it up at like 5 minutes?
The Hebrew word there for searching is akwa, and it says to search out, examine, investigate. to examine thoroughly, to be searched out, to be found out, to be ascertained or be examined. So there's no searching that you can't figure it out. One thing, just try to, this is gonna blow your brain up, but think about this. Pretty much trying to find out the beginning of the Heavenly Father, like who created him. That's automatic. My mind just was like, nigga, don't even
Just stop.
because you think about yourself, you have a beginning. Right? The Lord has a beginning, how it shine. But like there's no beginning to him. So you think about, what has he been doing this entire time?
Right.
Like, because he eventually have to come up with the story, his son, everything, but that's like, okay, so what about before that?
Right.
Like that's why we think about, what have you been doing this entire time?
Well, there was no time. Because he created time.
Right.
So how do you even think about that?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, if he created time and space, then what and where was he? I don't worry about that. I got too much to worry about now. I'm good. I'm good off that.
That's like the ocean, bro. Yeah. Certain waves start crashing, I'm in too deep.
That's it.
I'm out of that. Because this shit is too. Like, even when you're at the beach and you crashing the waves, it's fun, it's cool.
Mhm.
Waves are nice. You getting cooling off, and then once you don't feel that sand under your feet no more, and the waves still coming, you're like, all right, shit, let me get back to shore, man. This is too much.
Turn around quick.
Yeah. Got it. We're reading on Isaiah 40 and 29. He giveth power to the faint, and
Right now, we're the faint. And the Most High is going to give us power. Okay? It's starting right now with the power to understand these scriptures. Because guess what? The book has been here for thousands of years. But hold on one second. The understanding of that book wasn't given until recently. When I say recently, I mean in terms of the time period of history. Now, nobody else had that understanding. So if nobody else had that understanding, then the first man to get that understanding, how did he get it? Nobody taught it. No man taught it to him. So how did he get it? That had to be the divine intervention of the Heavenly Father. Go on.
and to them that have no might, he increaseth strength.
And that's what the Lord is going to do. So, because right now we're considered weak. Doesn't matter how much you bench press, we're still considered weak. The Most High is going to increase our strength. Go ahead.
If I may, just like now, like compared to how men were in the ancient times, like you said, different examples like Samson. Men back then, there's examples of spiritual power, and even men that just had just natural strength.
Right.
Like if you put King David with John Jones right now, he'll tear him limb from limb. That'll be a bloodbath.
Literally.
That'll be the most gruesome UFC fight you ever seen. And John Jones is considered the GOAT. So I mean, the best of the best right now doesn't even match the weakness of us back then. Well, reading on, it says, even the youth shall faint and be weary.
And you're seeing that now, right? Because the youth, the reason it says that is because the youth were the ones that were supposed to be strong, that were supposed to have energy and strength. That's why the scriptures say, seek ye the Lord in the days of your youth, when the evil days come not. But it's saying here now, even those youth, the young men that are supposed to be strong are going faint, all fat and chubby and shit. You know what I'm saying? Get tired after 2 steps. That's today.
That lazy as hell too.
Right.
And the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, shall renew their strength.
Right. And we're waiting upon the Lord by doing that work, right? Keeping the patience of the Lord. Go ahead.
They shall mount up with wings as eagles.
That's literal. Okay. Because when you mount up with wing, now we're not going to grow wings that are out of our backs, but we're going to mount up. Like when you see that Hancock, when he gets in the beginning of the movie, he gets the thing from under the chair, and then the kid is pressing the mouth and not stopping the cry, and then he just like jets up into the air and just starts flying. Move, bitch. Yeah. So that's him mounting up. That's an example of mounting up. If you see an eagle, when it's about to fly and it starts to go and then it starts to flap its wings, it mounts up. It gives that little jump and then it's gone. So that's what it means. You're going to mount up with wings as eagles. Synonymous to how an eagle flies, we're going to have the ability to fly as well.
We heard one of them birds of prey earlier.
Yeah.
Out the spirit.
Yep.
Check him out in his beak.
That's it.
One thing you said that the Edomite scholars, this is why you got to go to the men of the Lord to get this understanding, because the Edomite scholar read this and say, well, it says mount with eagles with wings, but we know it's actually not talking about really flying. It's talking about faith. Their faith is going to be elevated.
Right.
Shut up, bro. And that's why these guys ain't got it, man. Because obviously it can't be talking about flight, because no man has ever flied in history, and that's not possible. But with the Lord, that's how you know they don't believe and they don't have faith, because with the Most High, that's nothing to make a man be able to fly. That's nothing.
Right.
Right. I was just gonna say real quick, who they call ignorantly called Jesus Christ, did he not walk on water?
Right.
There was nobody that did that beforehand. That's not possible. If you try to walk on water, you're gonna go and just drop in.
Yep.
So obviously it's possible.
Oh, matter of fact, you know, it's crazy because there are certain spiders that actually walk on water. You know, there's some chemicals on their feet, so they actually walk on water. Now, what's even crazier is I saw a video. I gotta look more into it. But you had a spider that was basically grabbing air, right? It was grabbing air and bringing it underwater to make an underwater nest. So it had like an air bubble underwater, and then it went up in there. I'm like, bruh, yo, yeah.
Certain animals have spiritual power, certain level of it. You know, the Lord gave them certain gifts.
And we're supposed to have dominion over them all. So of course we're supposed to have that ability as well.
Yeah.
Got it, bro.
Hey, the Lord said, are you not worth more than many sparrows, if I'm not mistaken? So, hey, if the birds can fly, you think he's not going to give that power to his men?
Slap the real quick. Let's think about it. How does a creature that's the creature is supposed to be above have a greater power than it? Like fireflies, they are in a sense flesh, but they're able to illuminate that back part and light up.
Yeah.
Pretty much like a charge, like what you see with like Dragon Balls when they charge up.
Right.
You got that beetle that shoots bullet
Oh,
from his ass. Or it's like not a bullet, but it's like
some
some kind of explosive. It can kill like bigger prey and shit. Yeah, I forget. I think they call it the bombardier beetle.
You gotta look into that.
But finishing off the verse, Isaiah 40:31. But they that wait upon Yahweh shall renew their strength.
Mhm.
They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint.
There you go. Running without being weary. You can start kind of thinking like the Flash, right? You run and run and run and run. Being weary means you're tired. So you can run and run and run without getting tired. You know, you're not going to tire out, you know, and we're going to be faster as well. Okay? Because what's the point of just running and not getting tired? You know, you're going to be faster. And as it says, they're going to walk and not faint. So the Lord he's going to actually give us power and strength to be able to endure in these times to come. You know, does it on that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was going to say the word mount in that precept there. It gives you a whole bunch of different definitions, but one of them that caught my eye, it says to go up, to ascend, or to climb. It says here to go up, to go over, to rise of natural phenomenon. See, so it's a natural phenomenon to see a man take flight like a damn eagle, like a bird.
Right.
You know, you see a so-called black man with power to take off like that. It's like, you know, people gonna be bugged out by that, but it's a natural phenomenon, something that's gonna attract Esau to be like, what just happened? You see that? We gotta go find. Let's do some studies on that. It's gonna be like the Black Jesus story. Go and bring that up every now and again.
Yep.
That's another thing to look forward to. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much it on that. You got it.
Perfect. Well, with that, we're going to wrap it up here. Lord willing, that was edifying to the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah, Kodash. Until next time. Shalom.
It's the home to the elect.
Shalom.
It's just a delusion. There's only one certainty in life. A cloud stands above a conqueror.